Are you looking to get started in calisthenics but have no idea where to start? My name is Andrew and I help men build an athletic physique and functional strength with hybrid calisthenics, and 4 years ago I started my calisthenics journey, and it started all with me seeing some of these crazy bodyweight movements and me thinking to myself, I want to do that. And that's where my journey began. This journey has been a long and a hard one, but along the way I've learned a lot of things, and today I want to share with you the best way to start calisthenics in my personal opinion. For the first major tip that I have for you when starting calisthenics is define your goals. The first thing you have to do is decide, why is it that you're doing calisthenics? Are you doing it because you think it's really cool, or are you doing it because you want to do all these crazy bodyweight movements that you've seen people do, or are you wanting to do it because you don't really have access to a lot of equipment and it's really the only option that you have, or are you wanting to compete in competitions? These are all things that you need to consider when starting your calisthenics journey. If you're just wanting to look good, you don't have to do all these crazy movements like planche or handstand push-ups, but you would still benefit from incorporating calisthenics into your routine, such as pull-ups and push-ups, to develop a well-rounded, nice physique. But if you want to become a bodyweight master and you want to do all these crazy bodyweight movements that you've seen online, then this is going to take years of consistency and training to achieve, but it'll definitely be worth it. Regardless of what your goals are, become clear on what you want to do and decide where you're going to put your energy. Moving on to the second tip that I have for you is drill the basics. If you're like me, you probably saw all these cool bodyweight exercises and thought to yourself, I want to do that. However, long before you do handstand push-ups and muscle-ups, you're going to have to master the basics. This means you need to drill exercises like push-ups, pull-ups, dips, pike holds, and so forth. If you're currently struggling with things like push-ups and pull-ups, then you really need to focus on that first before worrying about harder skills to really build that foundation moving forward on your journey. The exercises I would recommend you focus on are pull-ups or Australian pull-ups if you can't do a pull-up yet, push-ups, dips, pike holds, pike push-ups, bodyweight squats, and bodyweight ab exercises. As you continue to drill these exercises, you will build essential strength and a foundation for yourself on your calisthenics journey. The next tip that I have for you on your calisthenics journey is to focus on perfecting your form. Doing 100 push-ups won't do you any good if they're in sloppy form, and it certainly won't translate to harder exercises like handstand push-ups, where strength, balance, and perfect form are essential to even doing the exercise correctly. Be sure with every exercise to do a full range of motion and ensure that your form is correct. For example, on exercises like the push-up, you don't want your arms to be flared out, and with exercises like the pull-up, you don't want to be kipping. Side note, if you want to learn how to go from 0 to 30 plus pull-ups, then you can check out the video that I did on that, and I'll leave a link somewhere here in the video for you to go check it out. Getting your form dialed in is essential. So you see all these pros who look so clean on their form, and that's because they drilled the basics until they got it perfect. Don't overlook good form. This is calisthenics, not CrossFit. The next tip is to stretch and to warm up before every exercise. Before you work out, you need to stretch and warm up your muscles to prepare them for the workout ahead. For example, if you're going to be doing pull-ups, then you need to stretch your biceps, your traps, your lats, your rear delts, and your forearms. And if you're going to be working your chest, then you need to stretch your triceps, your chest, and your front delts. And of course, when doing these stretches, be sure to do them dynamically, not statically, before your workouts. Dynamic stretching is typically used before your workouts to loosen you up and consists of 2 to 5 second long stretches as you move dynamically. Static stretching is usually 10+ second long stretches, usually closer to 30 seconds minimum, and is used to increase flexibility and release lactic acid from your muscles after a hard workout. Not only that, but you want to warm up properly. Be sure to do a 5 to 10 minute warm up using the muscles that you're going to be working in your exercise routine that day, as well as a few minutes of some cardio to really get that heart rate up and get that blood pumping through your body. So let's say you were going to do pull-ups. Your warm up could consist of jumping jacks, Australian pull-ups, jumping pull-ups, and maybe finish off with some high knees, for example. This will increase the blood to the areas that you're going to be working and help prevent injury during your workout. As tedious as this can be, it's essential to prepare your body for a hard workout. Real quick, I wanted to interrupt this video to mention my free guide, The Ultimate Guide to Calisthenics. This includes over 25 different tips to help you on your calisthenics journey, as well as a first free 90-day program to help you build that foundation for yourself on your calisthenics journey. And if you want to pick that up, you can do so by clicking the link in the description of this video. Now on to the rest of the video. The next tip I have for you is take it slow. Now this is a marathon, not a sprint. This is going to be a long journey, and there's really no way to make it go any faster. I know you see these cool skills and want to jump right in, but it takes time to master these skills. For context, it took me almost a year to be able to easily hold a handstand for a lengthy amount of time. It also took me close to 2 years to do muscle ups and handstand push-ups. It took me 4 years to get the 90-degree handstand push-ups, and I've just recently achieved the front lever and still have a long way to go on the planche. This is not a quick journey, but it is a rewarding one, and everyone goes at a different pace. Even though it took me a year to master the handstand, it may take you a couple months. Who knows, just don't try to rush the process and enjoy the journey. Moving on to the next tip is don't try to do too much at once. So this is a pitfall that many people who get into calisthenics fall into. They see all these crazy feats of strength and they want to just do it all, and they try to pursue so many different things at once, ultimately never accomplishing any of them and really only being average or even below average at all of them. And of course, if you try to pursue too many things at once, you're going to dramatically slow your progress and may not even really see any progress at all. What you really need to do is focus on the skills that are really important to you and then drill those regularly, focus on those until you can do them, and then move on to the next skill. However, be sure not to try to do harder things before doing the easier things. For example, don't try to do handstand push-ups before you have perfected the handstand, or muscle ups before you have mastered pull-ups. Decide on a skill that is reasonable at your level. For me, the first skill I got focused on was the handstand. For the first year, I would warm up before my actual workout routine by doing handstands against the wall and doing handstand kick-ups. No other skill was really on my radar until I mastered the handstand. I don't really train it like that anymore because at this point I can do it so easily that it's just a normal part of my routine, but I really had to focus on it for a season for me to be able to get good enough to where I could just put it in my routine like a normal exercise. Next tip I have for you is don't be afraid to incorporate resistance training. Now, I know that there are some people out there who are super elitist and think that everything has to be calisthenics and everything has to be body weight, but I hate to break it to you, calisthenics isn't perfect, and there is a time and a place to use both calisthenics and weights, and combining the two of them will yield you the best results. I personally incorporate a lot of external resistance in my training because it's just better and more efficient, in my opinion, to utilize both for different reasons. For example, the rotator cuff is one of the most important muscles for your shoulder health and is almost never included in most training programs, and it's almost impossible to really target without external resistance of some kind. Another example is your legs. Your legs carry around your body weight all day long and make up more than 50% of your body's muscle mass. It's very hard to achieve hypertrophy in your legs with just body weight. Not that it can't be done, but do you really want to do 200 plus body weight squats to get there? I didn't think so. There are a variety of other muscles that are hard to hit without external resistance, like upper traps, biceps, forearms, etc. Point is, don't be so narrow-minded that everything has to be calisthenics only. Include bands, weights, a weight vest, and so forth, and you will see way better results. And the last tip I have for you is structure your program accordingly. You see, if you don't structure your program accordingly and you just do a bunch of pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, body weight squats, and so forth, then you're gonna end up with a bunch of muscle imbalances, as well as you're gonna end up plateauing on your calisthenics journey, probably finding yourself doing a lot of the same exercises over and over and over again without making any progress. And this is where following a program or working directly with a coach will dramatically speed up your progress and help you have a proper training program so that way you can progress at a good rate and continue to see results on your calisthenics journey. Of course, this is going to be a long journey, and having that foundation laid for you right from the beginning will transform your results. So if you're wanting to work directly with a coach, there will actually be a link in the description for you to schedule a call with me if you're interested in having a coach, and we can see if we are a good fit. So that's how to start your calisthenics journey. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notifications bell, as I put out a video like this every single week and you never want to miss a video. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, then I highly recommend you go check out my video on how to go from 0 to 30 plus pull-ups. I'll put a link somewhere here in the video for you to go check that out. And real quick, before the video ends, I wanted to mention one more time my free guide, the Ultimate Calisthenics Guide. Want to pick that up? You can do so by clicking the link in the description, and I will see you guys next week. Peace out.